Hi, in this video I'll be talking about vectors. A vector is a sequence of data elements of the same basic type, same class. Later on we will talk about lists. A list is represented as a vector but can contain objects of different class. Vectors allows operation to be performed on every element. We use the function C, like concatenation, is used to assign values to a vector and in the process creating it. 2, 4, and 5. We can also use the vector function to initialize a vector. Print. This function is also can also be used to create logical vectors. For example, 14, and I will add to y a greater than b. Function C can further be used to create a character vector. For example, in Z I will add foot, basket, tennis, etc. Function paste can be used to concatenate. For example, this is Z, and let's create an X vector with the numbers 1, 2, and 3. In Y, I will paste X, and the separator is empty. These two, and let's print the Y. Here we go. I've added the numbers to the characters using the function paste. Now, how to access elements of a vector? How to access elements of a vector. Let's take this example. I will create the vector x and I will put some numbers in this vector. X of 3. It's going to give me the third element. The first element, the index of the first element is 1. Or you may access more than one element. For example, x of, I will give a vector 2 and 5. This is the second element and this is the fifth element. We can access all but one element. For example, -1. And here I have all the element minus the first element. You cannot mix positive and negative integers. For example, if you're going to use vector of -1 and 3, the result is an error. Real numbers are truncated to integers. If I'm looking for C of 2.4 and 3.5, I will get the second element and the third element. In this case, are truncated the real numbers to integers. It's like C of 2 and 3. You can do filtering based on conditions. X of x less than 2. And you can access all the elements where the number is less than 2. Now, can I modify a vector in R? Yes, I can. How? How to modify a vector in R? First, you can modify only one element. For example, x of 2, I will put 0 in the second element, and this is x. Here I have the 0 in the second element. You can modify elements based on conditions. For example, x of x negative, I will put 5. It means where I have negative numbers, I will replace the negative number by 5. In this case, I don't have any negative number, so the elements will remain the same. You can also truncate a vector, for example, to fourth elements, x of x from 1, a sequence from 1 to 4, and here we go. Now I have only the first 4 elements of the vector. If you want to delete a vector, you need to set the vector to null of null. Let's print x. It's empty. Now, can we do operations on vector? Yes, of course. Arithmetic operators can be used on vectors. When a mathematical function is used on a vector, the result is also a vector. Let's take this example. This is my first vector, x, containing the two numbers 3 and 5, y, with the two numbers 4 and 7. Here we go. And now I will make an addition between x and y. X and y, and I will put the result in z. So this is the result. 4 plus 3 is 7, and 7 plus 5 is 12. For expressions where vectors are unequal lengths are used, the arguments of the shorter vector are recycled. We call this recycling. So, argument recycling. For example, if x of c of 1, 2, and 3 and y c of 4 and 5. Now I want to make an addition, x plus y. So look here, this is the result of the addition. For the first two arguments of x, 1 and 2, the two arguments of y are used, 4 and 5. So 1 plus 4 and 2 plus 5. For the third argument of x, because there is no corresponding arguments for y, are recycled arguments and start from the first. And here is like I have 4, 5, and 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Same if we have a scalar. For example, I will put these numbers in x, and I will do x minus 1, 3 minus 1, 5 minus 1, 2 minus 1, and 6 minus 1. Sorting. To sort a vector, we can use the function sort. It's used to order vector arguments. For example, this is my vector c of 1, 2, 4, 1, 7, and 3. Let's sort this vector. Sort x. So let's create the x and sort it. Let's print y. Here we go, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. We can also choose to sort it in a decreasing way. Y sort x. In this case, I need to tell him that decreasing is true. It's not s, it's x. And let's print the y. And this is the sort in a decreasing way. Thank you.